Soul Fam, happy Monday. Welcome back to our channel where we do tarot card readings every single Monday. If we haven't met, I am Frances. I am a Reiki master healer, a tarot card reader, and the creator of the Four Noble Tarot deck. And I'm so happy to be connected with you. I hope you had a beautiful weekend. Officially happy October. And gosh, every time a new month comes, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's February. I can't believe it's June. I can't believe it's October. It just... Woo, there's the card. I don't know if you heard that, but I'm going to pull this card out because when I pulled these out, this flew out. So we're going to pull that out. All that to say, I can feel our teams coming in already. They're like, this is about time. This is about time. Okay, so time, Q3, end of the year, noted. However, I have one more thing to say before we begin. Excuse me. Still have a little bit of a residual cough, so apologies. I hope that's not too distracting. But Reiki 2 training. If you are Reiki 1 attuned, whether you did your Reiki 1 attunement with a different Reiki master or myself, I am hosting a virtual Reiki 2 training on October, I think 26th. It's the last Saturday in October, and it will be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Zoom, so available globally. The only prerequisite is that you are already Reiki 1 attuned, and again, if you did not get your Reiki 1 attunement with me, I will give you my Reiki 1 manual, completely complimentary, of course, because I want to make sure that you have all of the same info as we head into Reiki 2. Reiki 2 is the level in the Reiki training in which you are able to do Reiki for other people. If you want to start a career as a Reiki practitioner, this is the kind of like that final piece of really starting to work with clients. Reiki 2 is also where you receive the remaining 80% of the Reiki energy. At Reiki 1, you receive 20% to get your body, your energy acclimated to the super high vibrational healing frequency. Reiki 2, you receive all of it. You also receive very specified Reiki symbols to help amplify your healings, and also the distance symbols, so you learn how to do distance Reiki. So very briefly put, but I will leave the waitlist link, the sign up link in the description box below. All you have to do is add your name and your email. It takes literally 2 seconds. And then you'll get a very detailed email from me with all of the information, frequently asked questions, and the option to either schedule a call with me if you have questions, you want to chat it through, or to sign up directly and get in the Reiki training. I always cap it at maximum 10 students so that everyone feels, and not just feels, like truly has enough energy for me to share with you. Excuse me. So first come, first served. We do already have quite a few signed up. So if you are interested, please add your name to that form. Okay. Now we are moving into our tarot card reading for this week. What we need to know: working in the light and the highest for everyone here's greatest good and deepest understanding at this time. Keeping my energy on, cleansed, and protected. And theirs as well. Interesting messages coming through. Welcoming in my spiritual team, excuse me, and everyone who is here, welcoming their team forward. Okay. Thank you. They're moving very quickly today, so I just I'm trying not to like skip over things, but I want to get started. So first thing, obviously we have this card. I'll read this in a moment. This feels unrelated to this message coming through. They were showing me a lot of birds, a lot of feathers, a lot of like wispy things, and they were talking about this idea of freedom and flexibility and going with the flow, but then immediately it almost felt like I was like hit the brakes. I was like, there's this dichotomy of like, some of us are in a space where we have a reality where we can be like, you know what, let me loosen the grip here, or you know what, like, yeah, let's take a day off, or you know what, I am gonna just, you know, whatever it is, whatever freedom and like that like lighthearted feeling means for you. And then there are people right now, whether they are overseas in war, whether they are in the United States, having just lost everything due to these terrible, terrible hurricanes. We also, you know, in Southern California, we've had recent fires where people's homes burned down. Like there's this, again, that like a punch to the gut of black and white, of, oh, life's easy and amazing and fantastic. And then like, Just kidding. And this might be kind of those larger things where, you know, maybe you're like, oh my gosh, why do I get to be so lucky here? And why are they struggling so much? Like, this doesn't make sense to me. And I wish I could do more, but I can't. But I can't just like carry on and be happy, but there's nothing I can do, kind of that feeling. And then we also have maybe more personally for you, right? Maybe you're experiencing these beautiful high highs, but then you're also experiencing these like really sudden terrible things or challenging things or tragedies or and I'm not saying this is coming. I don't want anyone to be nervous like, oh my god, what do I have to expect this week? This has likely already happened. Like, if you are here, there's going to be some of you that's like, no, I'm in like the really light area. And then there's going to be some of you that are like, I literally live near the hurricanes or near the fires. And then there's going to be some of you that are like, I literally just experienced that punch to the gut in my personal life. So I don't want anyone to fear that this is coming. This is more acknowledging an energy that we're in this week. With all of that said, it feels so irresponsible. Like, it feels so hard to the mind. Like, and I was going to say irresponsible, almost like bypassy a little bit. So obviously be mindful of that. But your team is saying like take the wisps. Where you can soften, it's okay to soften. If you've been experiencing pain or empathy or whatever it is, it's also okay to laugh. Like, both can exist at the same time. Instead of seeing this as black and white or like this dichotomy, this competition, this is beautiful. They're saying, why don't we look at it maybe, yeah, as a competition, but as a whole game, right? So like if you're playing soccer, you have two teams, but you need both teams to play the game. Can we just let it all exist? And can you allow yourself to be where you are as you are? Maybe once you've processed whatever it is you need to process, whilst also finding the wisp. I don't know if anyone, when I said wispy, I didn't think they'd be talking about the wisp, but now they are talking about the wisp. There's a movie, the Disney movie called Brave. There's these like little magical things and they're called wisps. And she's like, I saw a wisp. And the mom's like, okay, like, and she's like, no, I saw the wisp. And it's like this feeling of like, it's okay to maybe like believe in magic a little bit right now if your heart is feeling heavy or if things are feeling tricky or you don't even know how to process your feelings around whatever it is that's going on. It's like, it's not that we want to bypass it and just be like, okay, it's fine, let's just leave it over there and I'm just going to choose to be happy. But it is also, I can acknowledge this and be happy. I can have both, the yin yang. I can have both as a part of a whole. Okay, so that was quite a long, like little bit rambly channel, but I just feel like some of us really needed to hear that. And if you weren't the person that needed to hear that, that's okay. We can always still learn a lesson. But I think some of you are probably sitting there like, that was for me. So I'm glad that they shared that. Okay, now shifting to this card that flew out around this idea of time, Q4, wrapping up the end of the year, like it you know, coming into holiday season, like getting ready for 2025, all of these things. We also have, you know, quite a what's the word I'm going to use? Intense, maybe season coming up, especially in the United States here. We have election season coming up. So I don't know if this is around that. I don't know. Let's see what this card is though. They were like, you must know, you must be aware. Again, not for like fear mongering, but just, it will be helpful. So this is gorgeous. I freaking love them. Like, thank you. Literally, we were just talking about like find the magic, choose the magic, like take the wisp. That's our vibe for Q4. Okay. The Magician. Like, we literally can't make this up. This card is telling you that it all can exist. This is the only card in the tarot deck that has all 4 suits and is a major card. So technically includes all 5 suits. It has Pentacles, Cups, Wands, and Swords, and it itself is a major card. You have the wisdom, strength, sovereignty, permission to feel it all, to be it all, to create it all. To say yes when you want to say yes, to say no when you want to say yes. This time of the year might feel wild. Take that word for what you will. It might feel wild. And you don't have to get swept up in it. In fact, guidance with the magician is, I want you to think of like the stereotypical like witch in the woods with her cauldron, right? And she's making her spells. She's doing her spells. We have to follow the recipe in the spell book in order to make the magic. So this week, what I want you thinking about, number one, where can I create magic in my life? Number two, where can I let it all exist? Number three, what magic am I creating? Bigger picture, goals, feelings, values, anything. And then what is the recipe to bring that magic about? With love and respect. It's not just going to happen. You're going to have to participate in it. So what is the magic you want to create? Knowing that you are the magician, you can create it. But in order to create it, you have to follow the recipe. So you're going to be the one writing the recipe. What do I need to do in order to create the magic? Okay. So again, 3 steps for three pieces of guidance for magician card. Find the magic, create the magic. Let it all exist. And what is the magic that you do want to create? Big picture, goals, values, etc. And what do you need to do to make that happen? Now, is it only you creating the magic? No, of course we allow spirit to come in, right? But we have to do everything we can in our 3-dimensional world and then surrender the rest. Like let the magic come in. Let the glitter, the magic, the sparkles, the prayer, that is the spell that activates it. Like whatever that is, that will come into. But for this week, your focus is, what is the recipe? Okay, so spend some time with that. Like sit down, pen and paper. You can get cozy. You can go outside. You can do whatever you want, but it's really important that we're doing that this week, okay? Prepping for Q4 and entering Q1 of next year. Okay. This has been a lot already, but let's see. We haven't even like pulled cards in the traditional way yet. I'm so sorry about my cough. Okay, let's see here. This week. Okay, 2 cards and 1 card. So first card of the set of 2, truly, they're like more actionable steps from what they already told us. Oh my lordy, I am obsessed. Okay, sorry, I'm getting excited because like I'm excited to do this work. It feels almost like first day of school energy. Okay, so first card here, what we need to know, do this week, be mindful of, etc. 3 of Wands. This is charting course, making your plan. How are you getting where you are going? Remember, magician says, what is the magic you want to create? And then 3 of Wands comes in and it's like, what are the steps? Like literally, what is the map? You are, what are they called? Cartographers? You are the cartographer. You are making your map. You are charting your course, right? You're looking at your life and you're like, okay, I want to go over here. So, oh, but there's mountains here. Okay, that might be a hurdle that I'm going to have to figure out. Okay, is there a way around the mountains? I don't think so. Okay, I need to learn to hike now, which brings us to part 2. Hang on, let me wrap that up. Pretty much you are figuring out how you're getting where you're going, what the steps are. They've already said that. But what they were just saying with like the mountain analogy, our second card here, this is very interesting, the Hierophant. The Hierophant is telling you, and this goes really beautifully too with the Magician card, because the Magician says you can do it. But the Hierophant says, if you don't know how to do it, that is not telling you don't climb the mountain, don't go on the other side of the mountain. That's like, you need to learn how to hike. You might need to get some equipment and learn how to rock climb and, you know, buy a tent and like learn how to camp and, you know, forage for food or whatever it is. The Hierophant is telling you that you are likely going to feel either curious, i.e. like the spark, or you are going to have to learn something new that can propel you forward on your journey. So if you have been interested in like taking an online course or heck, Reiki 2 training or with me or someone else, like whatever works for you, learning something new in your religion or your beliefs, enrolling in an online or a class at like your community college or going back to school, getting your master's, getting a mentor at work, like asking someone that you respect to help guide you, talking to someone who's gone through a life experience that you want to learn how they manage that. So like you might be able to get some advice or some skills. This Hierophant card is telling you that there is knowledge out there waiting to help you in the journey, in the course. but you're going to have to be the one to seek it and actually like put in the work to learn it. Because otherwise, you're just going to be stuck at the base of that mountain, right? You're going to need to learn some way. Like when we chart course, when we do things, of course, we want it to be the easiest path, but sometimes, and most of the time, there are going to be challenges. That doesn't mean we stop. It means we learn how to overcome. And in that way bigger picture, expand who we are as humans, as souls, right? That is part of awakening. That is part of ascension. That is part of expansion and part of the human experience. So if you are facing challenge, learn how to overcome the challenge, either through a new skill or getting advice or whatever it may be. This could be talking with a therapist, working with a healer. Again, I'm more than happy, honored to be that person for you if you're looking for one-on-one support in tarot or Reiki. I offer distance sessions. But this really is like, don't get in your own way. The magic is available. It is here for you. So make your plan. And if there's a hurdle, learn how to overcome it. Okay? I feel like I'm like being very stern, but that is the energy that's coming through. So beautiful. So focusing on that this week. And also, what have I been inclined to learn? Like for me, it's working with plants, kind of like herbalism and I don't know how deeply I want to go into that yet. I'll probably examine that this week. Like, is this home remedies or is this something where I truly want to like take a course? Or is this something where I could like, just look up on the internet, something that I just kind of want to nurture that curiosity. Who knows where it's going to go? But this week, that's the best way to put it. Nurture the curiosity. Okay. Okay. And then our final card this week. So with all this work you're going to be doing, this goes back to the dichotomy, the black and white, the this and that. We also need to rest. Okay. So you're probably like, Frances, are you kidding me? You just gave me like a gazillion hours of homework and now you're telling me to rest. Yes, that's what Spirit is asking, embracing it all. Four of Swords. This is taking a break, taking a pause. Now, how this might be coming together as one, though, is truly maybe you need to pause in the day-to-day so that you can create the time to do this other work. That's part one. But part two, you've likely been really busy. And also energetically, as mentioned in the very beginning, there's a lot going on, like just for our brains that we're just trying to navigate and manage and figure out. That's exhausting on top of just daily life, right? Four of Swords is asking you to just take care of yourself, like whatever that means to you, whether that is ordering takeout so you don't have to cook and do dishes, or, going to bed an hour earlier, or watching Netflix on your lunch break, like whatever it is for you. Number one, we need it for our body and our energetic restoration. But number two, when we are so loud, so busy in the brain, we're typically a little bit more disconnected from our intuition and from our true desire. If our goal this week is to come into alignment with our true desire and how we're going to create that, we're not going to be able to hear that if we're not slowing down and taking the time to get quiet, off social media, off the podcasts, off the literal noise that we have all the time. So it's really important this week, number one, again, that you're taking your time to like nourish your body and rest and care for yourself. But number two, creating that space so that you can hear that inner wisdom, so that you can hear that magic, so that you can hear that curiosity, so that you can learn from your own mind and energy and highest self and spiritual team. That's really important. Okay. So key takeaways this week. Existing in it all. You have the magic, the power, the wisdom, the sovereignty, the permission to do what you want to do, but it's going to take, because you're human, a little bit of tact, a little bit of logistical planning, maybe some learning, likely some learning. And in addition to all that work, you're going to make the time to pause, to tune in so you can really hear what's coming up for you and take care of this human body. Because if we're not taking care of the vessel, none of this even actually matters, right? Because we can't show up the next day feeling good and feeling ready to really dive into this human experience. Okay. Okay. Beautiful. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited to get into this work. Please feel free to share how this resonated with you, or if you want to come back at the end of the week or next weekend, let me know, how this landed and how what came up for you. I'd love to know. If you feel called to donate to the Love Jar, that is my PayPal donation link, helps me to show up with energy for you every week. I will leave that donation link in the description box below. Sending so much love to you. Again, if you're Reiki, want to get Reiki 2 attuned, don't forget to add your name in the link below. And if you haven't already, don't forget to please like this video, subscribe to this channel, share with a friend who you think would receive from it. But again, sending so much love. I hope you have a beautiful week. Enjoy this. This should feel like nourishing and fun. This is not a pressure-filled thing. This should be exciting. Like, I get to take life into my own hands alongside spirit. Like, what a cool privilege that is. Yeah? Okay, everyone, have a beautiful week, and I will see you again soon.